I'm Shashank Purohit, and this is your poultry industry update for global markets. We start from North America, where broiler production is United States. It's still on upward curve. Latest USDA-linked forecast put 2025 broiler output at around 47.9 billion pounds, with production expected to climb further to about 48.4 billion pounds in 2026, driven by strong hatchery data and robust processing rates despite diseases and cost pressures. Turning towards South America, Brazil continued to consolidate its position as a world's poultry export powerhouse. Industry body ABPA projects chicken meat processing to reach roughly 15.3 million ton in 2025, up about 22.7%, with export expected to near 5.3 million ton this year. ABPA also sees new export opportunities opening in Central America and African markets, underlying South America's growing influence on global poultry supply and pricing. ABPA stands for Brazilian Animal Protein Association, the organization representing Brazil's poultry and pork industry, working on promoting exports, market access, and technical development on chicken, pork, and egg producers. In Africa, Rabobank Analysis values the continent's poultry sector at around 25 billion US dollars and forecast compound annual growth of about 4.7% over the next decade. With South Africa, Nigeria, Algeria, Ethiopia, and Morocco leading this expansion. However, African producers continue to battle high feed cost, disease risk, and competition from low-priced imported chickens. Government and industry groups are responding with anti-dumping measures and call for regional value chain strategies, as highlighted at a recent forum focused on Southern African development community makers and marketers. With South Africa, Nigeria, Algeria, Ethiopia, and Morocco. Now, alarming alert for Europe. Bird flu has claimed over 400 strokes near Madrid, with Spanish authorities confirming 4 wild bird outbreaks as of December 15th. It is a part of a record EFSA reported surge more than 1,400 wild bird cases across 29 countries from September to November alone, which is highest ever. But good news is zero hit to the commercial poultry farms yet, and human risk stays ultra low to no transmission recorded despite 19 European cases this season. Globally, HPI culled 500 million plus farmed births since 2021, spiked prices by 10 to 15%. American Association of Avian Pathology, AAAP, is a primary professional organization for poultry veterinarians, researchers, and microbiologists in North America. At AAAP's 2025 meeting held on December 16th at Urban University, researchers dropped bombshell data. Controlled atmosphere stunning can comply with UAE's strict halal. Their research shows broiler chickens' heart continue beating longer than the standard scheduler windows, potentially allowing the full culling required by the regulations. This may unlock 10 billion plus halal markets for the US exports. Welfare met, profit soaring, and folks just got faith friendly. China and Indonesia reshaping Asia's trade. Avian's latest report suggests a tighter poultry import outlook in China, as domestic output and biosecurity measures reduce room for foreign broiler suppliers. At the same time, Indonesia faces pressure from zero to low tariff trade agreements in the region, increasing competition for local producers and forcing a shift towards higher efficacy and technology adaptation in the breeding and broiler farming. In Central Asia, Uzbekistan is struggling to hit its target of 1 million ton of poultry meat in 2025, up from about 8 lakh ton last year, despite ambitious government programs. Official data shows import of poultry meat of 0.54 ton in the first 9 months of 2025, 14.2% increase year on year, with most volume coming from Russia, Turkey, and Belarus. It's highlighting the continuous reliance on the foreign supply even after exports restrictions were lifted in 2024 and VAT reimbursements of 50% were introduced into poultry farms. Vietnam's poultry sector continued its steady expansion with national flock reaching 587 million birds by the end of the September 2025. According to the performance review released on 8th December, that represents roughly 3.7 growth compared with 2024, signaling rising domestic demand for the poultry meat, egg, and sustained investment in the commercial operations. In Bangladesh, local reports from Gopalganj district highlights serious environmental concerns about the poultry waste disposal. Thousands of residents are said to be at health risk after a canal near Gretokandi village was polluted by untreated poultry waste from a farm. Now, coming back to the India, winter demand pushes up prices in India. The onset of winter had sharply boosted demand for eggs and chicken, pushing up both wholesale and retail prices in several markets. In Indore, farm egg rates have risen to around 6.7 per piece of the egg, while dressed chicken is retailing at 250 per kg, about 50% higher than the last month. The second Millet Maize DDGS Ethanol International Conference, organized at Hotel Leela Ambience, Gurugram, attended by Team Poultry Federation of India, led by the President Ranpal Dhanda. The conference was supported by poultry and livestock associations like CLEFMA of India and PFI, attended by around 200 delegates from India and abroad. The panel discussions like maize market trends and outlook, reducing aflatoxin in maize, increasing maize demand in food and feed sector, DDGS emerging market, and ethanol market overview were held during the event. Now, a series of technical seminars on advancement in the understanding and management of infectious coryza was conducted by Venture Biologicals from November 10 to 14. The sessions were held at Balangir and Behrampur of Odisha and Hyderabad and Siddipet of Telangana states of India. The sessions were led by Professor Robert R. Bragg, a globally recognized authority from the University of the Free State, South Africa. Together, these developments paints a picture of an industry that is growing in scale and sophistication, but also facing a new cost and efficacy challenges. We'll meet you next time with more updates about the industry. Till then, goodbye.